And before we start, I'm going to put on some lipstick. And it's not just any lipstick. It is my own handmade vegan Fra Lippy lipstick. So if you're interested in knowing more or even getting one, then come to my Etsy. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, I want to read to you today from 10,000 Whispers from Linda Medendahl. And before I read to you what it is that I'm going to read to you, I want to tell you a magical, funny little thing that happened today. Let's start with how I think where it came from, because probabilities are always surrounding us, and it is me who chooses the next happening through what I desire, but not only what I desire, also what I believe to be possible for me. So I had bought something online, and it has to do with my something for my feet. And I really wasn't happy with the thing that I bought, and I feel it doesn't work, and I wanted to send it back, but apparently this product cannot be returned. And it was 30 euros that I paid for it. And I was actually a bit annoyed about it, because I thought, it's just a waste of money, when you buy something and it doesn't work. And then I thought, it doesn't work like that. Nothing is a waste of money. Everything is now. So just let it go. And yeah, just let it go. Then I went after I taught a yoga class this morning. I went to a supermarket that was closed there, an Asian supermarket, and I'm never really in this neighborhood, because the class that I was teaching was actually, I was substitute teacher. So I went into the supermarket and I saw all these things that I actually wanted to take with me, but then with some things I thought, I don't know, I think it's actually a bit high priced. And then immediately I thought, Monique, it isn't about that. What do you mean high priced? If you want it, just take it. Like, don't beknibbelen. I don't know the English word at the moment. Or don't be stingy. Just buy what you want to buy. So then, as soon as I decided this, I could feel like a relief and a relaxation. And I just went through the supermarket. It was a huge one, and I bought all these things and got all these things that I actually never buy, for multiple reasons. And at the end, I was really happy with all of my choices. So then when I was at the register, I thought, let's do this. Let's feel when I pay, let's also feel money coming in through the back of me. So money's going out through the front. Usually that feels like the energy is coming out from the front, because you pay like from the front side. You don't pay like this. You pay like that. And then I imagined money coming in from the back. So now this is very interesting what happened. All my groceries were scanned, and then it was time for me to pay. And then I noticed that the bag that I had with me wasn't big enough, so I needed an extra bag. So I asked for an extra bag, and then the lady said, okay, 20 cents, la la la. So in the meantime, what happened was someone was distracting her, and I don't know what was going on. Like, the manager of the store came to her and started talking to her, and then like there was a lot of kind of commotion, and she wasn't really paying attention. And then at one point I wanted to give her the money for the bag, but I still hadn't paid with my card for the groceries. Then she does something in the register, and she takes the 20 cents from me, and she starts to work with the next person. I thought, okay, shall I say something? And then at that moment I decided, no, I'm not going to say anything. And this is why. So in the end, I had free groceries, or actually, I had groceries in the value of 30 euros for 20 cents. And why I didn't say anything was because I accepted it and saw it as a gift from me to me, or from the universe to me. And while it felt a bit uncomfortable, to be honest, later I thought, cool, I created this. Yeah, and that's all I want to say about it. I don't want to go into the deeper thought behind it or not behind it. Or no, I want to say one more thing about it. Um, Something happened a couple of weeks ago when I was at a party when I paid with 10 euros, and the guy gave me change back from, oh, not even from 50. He gave me a 50 back plus change from the 10, something like that. And I looked at it and then I said, hey, this is correct here. Here you have it. Later I thought, okay. So for me, this instance, and so with the money that he gave back, like too much, and I said something. And in the supermarket today, for me, this means the universe is trying to give me something. Am I accepting it or not? So I'm not going into, oh, this is not fair and this is no, because everything is now and everything is created now, and no one will suffer from me saying yes to whatever it is that I get offered. I just need to accept it gracefully. Holy moly, this is already 7 minutes in, and I haven't even started to read what I wanted to read to you. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you, and what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is life is fucking amazing. I don't know, make your own moral. Okay, so what I wanted to read to you, what I'm going to read to you is this. On a moment's notice, it's about probabilities and about how everything is now. In your present moment of time, you are positioned in the center of a cosmic web of probabilities that is affected by your slightest mental or emotional act. This is by Seth, a quote from Seth, The Unknown Reality, Volume 1, Session 686. On a moment's notice. Understanding simultaneous time becomes an important factor in deciphering clues to conscious creation. It's a fascinating subject, and one loaded with insights as to how the physical world is formed on a moment by moment basis. When we understand what we're dealing with, the flexibility of this reality becomes so apparent that we wonder why we didn't catch on to it more quickly. Okay, I'm going to skip the next part, and then I'm going to come to what I really like from this. Our moments are constantly refreshed from Framework 2, where everything is created anew before entering our lives. So I just recorded a part of The Divine Matrix by Greg Braden, and I've been talking more about Framework 1 and 2, Seth's concepts. In The Divine Matrix, as you will hear from the first part, David Bohm, a physicist, I don't believe he lives anymore, a physicist, who came to the same conclusion that there is like the material world, which is Framework 1 according to Seth, which he calls implicate. And then there is the Framework 2, where everything exists now, of what Neville says creation is finished, which is Framework 2, and Bohm calls explicate. So, again, our moments are constantly refreshed from Framework 2, where everything is created anew before entering our lives. I'm skipping parts here, yeah, in this book. Okay. Our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs suggest which events will be chosen from the infinite field of probabilities. Let me repeat. Our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs suggest which events will be chosen from the infinite field of probabilities. And then the last part, checking the time for a second. The last part I want to read to you is this. There's so many good pieces in here. Yeah. Let's do this one. So what we experience in the present was started by previous thoughts and finished in framework 2 prior to its appearance in our lives. What we think in the present starts the selection of the next event. I don't know where to look. So when I look here, I see myself and I'm like, ooh, nice lipstick. And when I look there, I'm looking. So when you see my eyes go all over the place, you know what's going on. I don't really know where to look. Yeah. So what we experience in the present was started by previous thoughts and finished in framework 2 prior to its appearance in our lives. What we think in the present starts the selection of the next event. So, with what do I want to end? I want to end with this. So, can world or personal events be forecasted by seers and psychics? Absolutely. They are consciousness with clairvoyant and telepathic abilities, just like the rest of us. Their skills may be honed more sharply than ours, that's all. But what they pick up is only the most probable outcome based on the thoughts that are forming it at the moment. By changing thoughts, the event loses its intensity and becomes less of a probability. The new thoughts then activate other probabilities that start their movement toward actualization. Whether it's the thought of an individual or a large group of people, it works the same way. So everything is constantly changed. Past, present, future is constantly changed in the now from what you feel now. So I think it was Joseph Murphy, and he said it in a very funny way, and I don't really remember the exact words he used. He said something like that you're kind of like, we can be, not always, but we can be someone who's in an elevator and pressing all the buttons. Like the elevator doesn't know where to go, up, down, 5th floor, 1st floor, basement, 12th floor. Yeah, that's right, 12th is a word, okay. Yeah, so when you have all these thoughts that are jumping around all over the place, then our inner selves don't really know what to materialize. Because you materialize only when something has reached the bulk. So everything that you experience now, you're watching this video, this was first a probability, and then it became a real event, and now you're watching this real event. So on some level, you have been hoping, on some level, you have been wishing and hoping and desiring that I would make this video in this topic for your reasons. Maybe you're one of the people that really doesn't like what I have to say and likes to be annoyed and is sitting there and listening to me and thinking, Jesus, what a... Maybe you're one of the people that's like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to hear and now I get it. So everyone chooses for their own reasons. It's not that everyone is getting amazing results out of this. That depends on you. It depends on your intents, your desires, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. So enough talking, 15 minutes. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day whenever you're watching this, and I see you in the next.